while she's doing her first major interview. I mean, how does that come across to young women out there who are looking to see who they might want to vote for? The media is quick to defend the VP for not sitting down solo. We've got some of that sound. We'll play it for you now.
Yeah, so I don't think voters look at it like we do and say, oh, do an interview, take more questions.
If you talk to Democrats, if you talk to a lot of people who know Kamala Harris, who know her well, they say that she has developed over the last several years, that she is a different person than she was when she made those first gaffes early on in her tenure as vice president.
I haven't heard this clamoring for her to do this interview as much from her supporters as I heard from my colleagues here, but certainly I understand why there is this appetite for this.
Politico's got their thoughts too. A reporter with the outlet saying the issue is actually how to deploy Tim Walz in the media, noting the danger in sending him out to do big solo interviews is that he might not have a full command of where Harris is on every issue. And I mean, Diana, could you really blame him? We're also trying to learn where the vice president is on every angle, on every issue. What are you watching for in the CNN sit down?
Well, I'll tell you this. What a sad state of affairs our country, but mostly the Democrat Party is in right now. I think that the panic is setting in after the 2 weeks of propping her up on national television and trying to gaslight the entire country that Kamala Harris is somehow relevant again after she's disappeared for 4 years. But I will say this, the contrast could not be any difference between the two candidates. You have Kamala Harris, just as you mentioned a minute ago, running to be the most powerful figure in the world, and who happens to be a woman and running for a position that would be historic in that sense, who can't even sit down for an interview without her security blanket. How pathetic is that? And then you have Donald Trump, who is talking to anyone and everyone about every issue, every controversial issue. He is taking on the hard questions. He is willing to discuss it with anyone. And you have her hiding. So I will say this. We're talking to voters every single day on the phone. They care about the economy. They care about the border. They care about avoiding World War III. And they care about accessibility. They want to hear directly from our candidates on how they're going to fix the problems in this country. And they know they're in trouble, so they're going to hide her just like they did Biden. So I want to remind everybody, with Kamala Harris, we are going to have another 4 years of the same people who have been controlling Joe Biden.
Yeah, I got to jump in.